Good evening everybody, welcome to Inside Line Racing and to round 9 here in Austria for ILR2. As you can see, TR Button has already managed to crash out of the session before he's even been able to start a lap, so that doesn't bode well for his race. Anyway, I'm your returning commentator, Owen Wyatt, and with me, with a sandwich, is Soup.
Hi guys, I've got my mouth full, sorry. I've got a sandwich. Yeah, we were in Paul Ricard. And as soon as Owen doesn't turn up, it rained. So, it rained midway through the race, and somehow Abby, poor guy, disconnected. And it ended up being Will winning the race, taking his first win of the season. But now he's not here, so Skeeven's filling in for him. But we do have a full 20-car grid once again for Austria, and we also have a driver from Austria who's going to be racing here today, and that is of course the man in third place in the championship. It's Tao. He's going to really want the win today.
Absolutely, he's on his lap at the moment. I think he might be one of the first, but obviously there's a few further back, like Shadow, who are going to be doing his, or Jake. And Jake says he could be in 103s in this session, but in typical Jake style, you'll probably see him at the bottom of the grid again. But we'll see. He can't ball it every week, but anyway, Ty, I think you're going to be pitting. I think most of the drivers here are going to be doing just cycle laps on their supers and their softs, because mainly they're going to want to be qualifying on them purple ultra soft tyre. So be looking out for that during the session. I'll also be looking out for a lot of invalidated laps, because it's incredibly easy to do it here. Because there's already people like Wiselig looking mild sighted who already done a lap but haven't had it count, and there's Onyx as well, so quite difficult in track limits here.
Yeah, so Corey just went third there. He's doing his laps on the soft tyres.
Pretty good actually, that wouldn't be 8
very good actually, yeah, it is. I mean, he's a full second quicker than Joseph, who's also on the softs.
Yeah. And
remember, he did start in the front row. He got second the last time out, so it was a return to form. But Jake, again, he got a front row start last time, but he just never seems to be able to convert it. But I've got to say, but it's currently, I mean, I get a screenshot of this. It's currently McLaren 1 and 2.
Yeah, good luck seeing that for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Skeeven altered his lap on the softs as well. He just went 105.2. He's in the Mercedes. Now, where are our championship contenders? There's Abby, second in the championship. He's just going on to a lap right now. Tao backed out of his because he had a big moment through sector 3. Abby now rising up the hill.
Onyx went third, by the way, doing all that.
Yeah, 104.30.
Not too shabby.
Most of this track, I mean, Kimi Räikkönen made a good point. Half of this track is DRS.
Yes.
So this is the shortest lap on the calendar with regards to lap time. It's pretty much blink and you miss it, and that's a lap. So coming through the last sector now.
Is that Ferrari going to get in the way?
I think that might be either Scott. I think Scott. Yep.
Yeah, it's Scott. Okay, he doesn't get in the way.
Out of the way.
Oh, that's a bit wide. That might be track limits. We'll see if he counts. That's definitely track limits. That will not count.
2, 3, 4 points. Yeah, it didn't count. It was a 104. It would have been fastest. It was a 104.0. So it was the fastest lap, but it was invalidated due to the track limits, and it's very strict around track limits here in Austria.
Well, turn 9 and turn 10 is where it's hardest, because you really are just trying to get the very most out of it, and it's just so easy to get swept off wide. And I think that's why
P4.
Yeah, it's Force India, or now what's known as Racing Point alone.
Racing Point, yeah.
3 and 4, McLaren 1, 2. Who could have predicted that at the start of the session? And that's because there are so many people who've done laps. If you saw at the very start there were so many people who did their first lap and got it invalidated. It's much easier here than any other track, and it is leading to a bit of an upset actually in the standings. But yeah, mainly turn 8 and 9, or 9 and 10, sorry. Depends on if you count turn 2 as an actual corner. They do count turn 2 as that little curve. Yes.
Going up towards turn 3. Adam Mackle's out. As he had a shunt somewhere. Yeah, it looks like
he's been out
in the grass. Yeah.
He's been out on the track on his first lap, so he's gone and He's gone wrong there, and Scott goes P6 ahead of his teammate, who obviously was
he's on the
two-step lower tyres, obviously, but still he'll take it. Dizzying heights.
But the thing, now one thing we should mention is the drivers have been warned about the pit entry. If you're coming into the pits, you have to stay right. If you cross that solid line on the way in, you are going to be going to the stewards. So you've got to be really, really careful. Now, if we catch it on stream, obviously, that's going to make it a little bit easier for them to...
Oh, so wisely, just on board there, return 9, and he's somehow managed to keep the back end in good shape there. Must be running some high ballast. Goes
fastest.
P5 on supers, not too bad, but lucky to not have been facing the wrong way there.
Yeah, 10 minutes left. Jake's back out. 2 McLarens are back out, actually. So let's see, can Jake get on pole after I don't know how many times he's been trying to get pole.
He'll get that slipstream up ahead at the minute. If he gets out of the way in time, Bulletproof, he's an AI, means he's not going to be able to.
Yeah. Oh, he's broke his wing. That's going to ruin his lap. He's going to be straight back into the pits now.
He said he got his first lap ruined by traffic, and it's happened again. And that was a full-on desync crash, I must admit. I must say. So I'm bored with Jake. Nowhere near him. Yeah, as you can see, his front wing has gone missing. Let's see Onyx then. He's on his lap as well. We're catching him at about the same place as we first caught Jake, and we'll see how he takes this. And I apologize if there's any lag, because I'm lagging a bit on my screen. I don't know why that is, but hopefully it doesn't cause too many issues.
Yeah, well, Onyx is 0.02 of a second off of Jake and off the front row. Now, I'm sure we've yet to see any of the championship guys set a representative lap. Well, Weislich has, but he's on a harder compounded tyre. We'll have to see what Abby can do and what all these guys down the back can do. Of course, Abby did actually start down the back last time, so he did end up doing well from it. Corey, he's come back out on the ultras, and Onyx comes to the line.
Yeah, he did improve. He was a 10th off there. I think he lost a bit through turn 9. And we've got Alice Killer, currently top of the standings out there. Jake said he was 3/10 up in the first sector, and Alice has done the same first sector as him, so we'll see just how well this lap ends up turning out. It should be in the 103s if what Jake was saying about his lap was correct, but that's track limits.
Yeah, that's track limits right there.
Will he keep the lap? We'll see. He comes to the line. It will be in the 103s, I think. Oh, not quite, but he does keep the lap. He does keep the lap. That's surprising to say the least, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting. Because I thought it was going to be spread with the lap deletion, because he did look like he was over the curb. But I think that being over the curb caused. And Abby, there you go, 103.9, and he's first to dip into the 103s. But again, there's not much between them. There's about 0.03 of a second that separates the top two.
The McLarens are very strong this week, it seems. So
they're strong in Paul Ricard as well.
Yeah, good to see they're finding their form. Miles Saitis is starting his lap. He's just on his second attempt actually on this tyre, so we'll see how he gets on. We saw some people obviously at the start of the session doing 2 laps on an ultra set before pitting, so we'll see if there's any performance to be lost.
What Costa can do.
Yeah, that's
Costa
fine.
comes to the line. He goes 6 fastest, and he goes quicker than Weislich, who's on the super softs as well. So that's good lap from Costa. 9 thousandths of a second, or sorry, 11 thousandths of a second. But it's still a very good showing from Costa.
Jake has just started his lap, and I think he's went wide at turn 1. I don't know if track limits will get involved there, but he's pushing on anyway. Sets a similar first sector to what we saw last time, and there looks to be no traffic ahead, so we will hope he can get this lap done. But now I've said that, he'll probably end up upside down in a hedge somewhere. So
Scuba is now P5.
Yep, Scuba up there. And yeah, it's interesting. We're seeing why is it going to be out there now, but obviously he was on a slower compound, but will he be able to make up 6/10? It'll be interesting, to say the least.
It's a big deficit. Oh, that's a bit touch wide from Jake. Man. That might be track limits right there.
He was track limits before in turn 6. He's into the pits again. Yeah.
Come on, Jake.
Oh, he crossed over the line there. Let's not be too stupid here.
But, oh,
But he's probably getting quite
just,
frustrated.
yeah, because I think he knows he's got the pace.
Yeah, he just keeps getting it
converting
wrong.
it. Anybody else now?
Scuba.
Oh, Scuba
Wow.
goes fastest.
5-1
That's
thousandths
close.
of a
That
second.
is close. The Irishman goes top.
Time to
So-
see Weisdick's attempt.
Weislick's attempt, he is going to come to the... Well, he's on lap now.
Yeah, start it now.
Yeah. Didn't look overly committed through the first corner. But, let's see.
Yeah, he's abandoned the lap. Abandoned the lap already. One turn, you've already given up. Now,
That's
Onyx.
the nature of Austria.
Onyx has started his lap on some supers, actually, this time.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
He's gone deep, though.
Oh, look at the oversteer and the exit and
yeah,
the
he's back out,
abandons
yeah.
as well. Still 5 minutes to go, so there's plenty of time for a little pit stop to change tires. I think Tim might be starting one now in his yellow
Goody
Renault.
has... Yeah, Goody split the two McLarens, just as we were talking there. He's got a 104.06. So the Force India well up there. He's got in between Alice and Jake. But it's super close. That said, a Mercedes going 7th fastest. Just ahead of his teammate.
These gaps are unreal.
It's super close. Super close. Let's see. Can we find anybody?
Obviously, Tim
still waiting
Veg is out there.
Just waiting for the pole sitter from France, Jordan, to come out. And we're waiting for Tao to make his way out. He's probably just going to have one go at the at a lap and see if he can put it on pole at home in Austria.
Tim Veg has done a very interesting sort of strategy with his he's hit the yellow curb on the exit there, ruined his lap. He had an interesting strategy though with his ERS. He was saving plenty of it for that last sector, but he certainly was on for a good improvement there. But he hit that yellow curb in the last corner. If you hit that curb, you are skating off the track. You're never keeping it on. And in some cases, actually, if you hit it at the right angle, you will end up upside down, as I found out, rather, unfortunately, when I was practicing for Thursday. But,
Right.
yeah. Not pleasant. Here's Scott, who's out there. I think he's about to start a lap.
Yep. Slightly wide coming out of the last corner, but he's also 0.05 of a second off of Tim Veg.
Yeah, this is certainly one of the closest gaps we've seen this season. And a corner cut in turn 1. Will he keep the lap?
But he's still pushing on. So maybe he has. DRS is open. He's still flying up towards turn 3. I hate calling it turn 3, but unfortunately it is turn 3. Down to turn 4 now. Downhill. Easy to get your braking wrong through here. Early turn in.
Some drivers are starting to come out again, and listen, Jake's already started his lap, so plenty to catch up on after this. And I wonder if Scott would be a factor if he ends up being some traffic for these guys.
Maybe. Nicely through that sector there as he comes towards 9 and 10. Careful not to run through too wide through here. Hits that curb, has to lift off a little bit, but it's clean. And he comes to the line. Is it going to be an improvement? He comes over the line, and it's 8th fastest for... Oh, well, Tao's not going to be... that's a disconnection for him.
Oh, dear.
Wow, so unless he... I hope he can get back. Because otherwise he's going to be starting last at his home Grand Prix. That's not exactly what you want. Third in the championship.
Jake is on his lap now, and you can see traffic ahead. Not going to get in his way this time. And let's see how he does turn 6. This is where he got it wrong last time. All good. Turn 7. Hitting the apex well. And this is now more than what you'd expect, really. And if he can improve by 3/10, he'll be right up there with the big boys. Just one turn to go now.
Nicely done. Skeeven's gone fastest. 103.77. And here comes Jake to the line. He lost his lap.
Oh, man. I can't believe it.
Right, he's got to do a slow... Oh my goodness me, he's 1,000... He did improve, but he's 1,000th of a second off of Goody. That is how close it is. So he didn't improve. He did keep his lap, but he's got to recharge the ERS. If he gets around in time, he does have another shot. But it's currently Skeevan, the Irishman. It's actually an Irish one too right now. Skeevan and Scuba on the front row.
Look at the traffic. I'm on Zeta Mercedes. You can see Skeevan having to go up to Narnia. There's a McLaren in Narnia as well. They're all doing all they can to avoid here, and it's absolutely chaotic to say the least. Here's Abby to the line to start his lap as well. There's plenty to look at towards the end. Scuba as well on a lap. Very slow first sector. The lap could well be over for him already. Wiselig has already done a lap then. Only P7, and that's him finished for the session. He's going to give him teammates some slipstream, which probably isn't what he wants to do. Oh, gets in Jordan's way. Might have ruined
his way out now.
Might have ruined Jordan's lap there, I think.
Maybe. Jordan was the pole sitter last time out in Paul Ricard. Didn't really pay off for him.
But Mercedes in P4 there.
But Jordan's had that did ruin his lap. So Corey's back down. He's gonna be starting 15th on the grid. Skeevan makes his way into the pit lane. Scuba is on a lap. He's coming to the last sector now. Can he put it on pole?
It was a very slow first sector. I don't know if he's going to
Mercedes P4. No, it's not an improvement, but he does have another shot at it at once. Abby comes to the line.
Oh, he's wide.
He's wide. Here comes Abby.
So hard.
Abby to the line is an improvement.
Done it.
Yes!
By 100. Here's Alex Killer.
Though.
Ride a little bit. We'll
touch
see
wide.
him.
Jake hasn't improved. Alex comes to the line. No improvement. Zeta Mercedes is P4. He's not going to improve. Goody is on the lap though, so let's see what he can do. He looks like the only one who can maybe challenge, but Abby and Skeevan.
He's up. He's up by about a 10th and a half. He needs to find another 10th and a half to get in amongst them. But this is certainly looking at P3 at least, if he can hold it all together here. Nice and aggressive. Turn 9 and turn 10. Nice. He's a little wide, but he'll keep it and come into the line. Is this pole position? No, it's P3.
Exactly what you predicted. 103.9. It's third fastest. Now we still have, I think, Malabikis. He's on a slow lap.
He's
so Abby on pole once again.
Whew. Strangely, I didn't see that one coming. But I think Wiselig actually gave his teammates some good slipstream all the way up to turn 2 and 3, which may well have helped him on that. I wonder if he got a purple sector 1. I can definitely check that, but I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Well, so I'm just going to read through what the drivers are saying in the ILR2 chat. There's obviously plenty going on, but apparently Costa was actually purple in the first couple of sectors, so he could have got pole. Scuba's DRS broke on his final run, so there could have been a whole lot. It could have been a whole lot close, but it was 100th of a second in the end. Abby takes it from Skeevan.
It was the last sector actually, which gave it all to Abby. He was down in the first 2 sectors, and then he was 2/10 quicker in the last. Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Talk about leaving it late. We saw how aggressive he was, and it made the difference.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And Tao, the home hero, last row of the grid.
It may not even be here. It said he left, so we'll see if he turns up.
That's a shame.
Hope he hasn't been locked in his motorhome or something.
Either way, Wiselig, he has a comfortable advantage in the championship, 26 points. But I think we were saying this about Paga last season, and look how that went.
Yeah.
So
Brazil.
So it's going to be interesting. It looks a bit cloudy.
Yes.
And we're in the Alps. It does tend to rain in the Alps. I know ILR1 was a wet race, I think.
Yes, I was there for about a minute, having a little peek, and it was raining. And I think someone was also getting stuck in the pits there, I think.
Yeah, but Josh
got stuck in the pits there. So, look out for that to happen as well. I don't think it will, but if it's happening in ILR1, it could happen here as well.
Right, strategies. Let's have a look. So outside that top 10, everybody has gone for the supers and the softs, apart from Tao, who is apparently non-existent.
He's not here, is he?
He's actually not even on the grid, so he hasn't made it for his home race.
Jordan has instantly went off into the grass before he's even got up the hill, so that does not bode well for his start. But as usual, you're seeing Scott there. I qualifying his teammates and on the softs.
Banging on the hardest compound tyre, yeah.
Yes, but
this
is not the race where he's going to go the whole distance. That will be the British Grand Prix.
Silverstone.
Next week. You know, it's not too far away now.
It isn't too far away. No. But he's probably going to be the only one that's going to be using those ice blue hard tyres to bring it to the end. He did it last season. Could be in his words, and I quote, "I was bored," so he brought them straight to the end and took a famous on-track victory. But
yes,
there are rules.
There are rules.
So,
he did get disqualified eventually, but
yeah,
still, it was fun while it lasted. But yeah, good stuff from the Irishman, isn't it? We aren't very used to seeing him this high up, and
no, Skeevan did a great job.
Very good.
As he's a reserve driver as well. He's not a full-time driver, so to get himself onto the first row of the grid. And Goody again, great performance. I think that's his highest grid in ILR2 so far. So he's done a good job there. Scuba, of course, he's had a pole position before, but he's still well up. Zeta Mercedes, he's actually done well. DM's up in the 5th position. And Alice Killer and Jake, of course, ruining. They could have been further up. Wisely, your championship leader, P8. And Costa, who said he was purple in Sector 1 and Sector 2, probably should have been on pole, but he bottled the last sector. So, that would have been scenes if we saw that. But,
yeah, that would be great.
The top 10.
So
Jordan.
they're all lining up now. Jordan, like I say, he was on the grass. Straight off the line for a formation now, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. But here we go then, we're waiting for the lights here in Austria. Who's it going to be up to turn 1? Abby on pole from Skiban. And the lights are on. 5 lights here in Austria. And they're away. Good start from Abby. Same from Skiban. Pretty bad from Goody. You can see he had a lot of sliding there. Into turn 1. It's Abby then who leads this race still. He went a bit wide. Might put him under some pressure. And you can see that Skiban's got a brilliant run. And you can see he's closing up quite quickly. Zeta Mercedes up to P4. Goody's still falling down the field. And Skiban doesn't quite make anything work. A bit of a dive from behind.
Oh.
And there's a
contact behind.
Yeah, stuff going on. The usual shenanigans.
There's absolute carnage behind.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
There's absolute carnage behind. There was a kind of bit of magnetic cars, I think is what I saw there.
Yeah, drawn to each other.
Yeah, oh, they're 3-1. Isaac's fighting with Corey. Isaac's had a pretty poor start, and Corey, I think, is up at least 5 positions from where he started.
Yes.
So Corey's fighting away with the championship leader. Can he come around the outside of Isaac? Yes, he can.
Oh, almost contact there. And Goody is now finding Alice Killer. Lots of lag happening here. Hopefully they don't smash into each other on this straight. But yeah, Goody, very poor start unfortunately. And you can see Wisnick falling down a bit more. You can see he's being overtaken round the outside everywhere. There's so much contact happening here. He pits the championship leader into the pit, so it's been a terrible lap for Wisnick, and he's been causing all sorts of carnage by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks like it. So into the pits comes Onyx, comes Wiselig. That's them all in the pits. But up front, Abbey, 1.1 seconds clear. He's managed to make up that gap, but now the 2 Irishmen are about to start fighting between Scuba and Steven. Zeta Mercedes, by the way, getting himself involved as well. He's got some decent pace this week.
This is one of those tracks where DRS is going to be extremely powerful when that gets activated on the next lap. There are freeze zones around this track, and they cover basically from turn 1 all the way down to turn 4. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how they work that, because in ILR3 what was happening, I was fighting with Lenny, or Spaghetti Chips, and he was passing me up the way to turn 3, but I was getting him back into turn 4, and it was constantly doing that the whole way around. So we'll see how these guys get on. You can see that Scuba is right on the back of Skiban nearly 2 seconds down, and you can see
have a go with him.
He might well have a go. We'll see.
Into turn 1, Williams up the inside of the Mercedes. They're going to give each other racing room. Very nicely done, boys. But it looks like Skeevan's going to stay ahead, but then DRS has enabled this lap. So here comes Scuba now in the Williams to the outside. Skeevan defends that inside line. Here they come towards turn 3 now. On the outside, the inside line is preferred here, but if he can get the run on the way out, he hangs it round the outside. That's a brilliant move.
But here's
DRS.
Mercedes,
though.
DRS now for Skiban. You'll see him close up, and he will have a go now into turn 4, round the outside.
On the outside, can he make it stick? He might be able to hang it there, but just loses out. And now Zeta Mercedes, he says, I want a piece of this.
And
so
he's
going
going
for
around
the outside. He's going around the outside of the Mercedes. He's not going to be able to make that work. He's going to try, but he sticks it there. So keep an eye. Your biggest movers are actually TR Button, 7 positions up from where he started, and also Jordan from where he started at the back. Here comes Senna Mercedes now, 3, 9 and 10. This is brave down the inside, and he makes it stick. It looks like, yes, he does, and I think Steven backed out of that one. I think a little bit. Look at the train we've got for this position now. All of a sudden, here comes Goody.
Well, he lost a whole second on that lap just through fighting each other up to turn 4. So yeah, I'm not surprised they close up so quickly on this track. And this train goes all the way. Yeah, this train goes all the way down to P9, I think. Then you can see, yeah, behind.
Jake and Costa fighting as well. Here comes Goody down the inside of the McLaren. And Jake down the inside of Costa. Bulletproof getting involved as well. Costa and Jake still side by side here. Plenty of battling going on in the early stages here. Costa back to the outside of Jake now. Onto the brakes. Can he hang around the outside? He's going to try. And he might just do it. Jake gives him room to work with. And they're still side by side. They run up towards 7 and 8. But Jake is ahead.
Good fighting once again. And really, as I said, I think it's down to turn 4. If you're heading to turn 4, then you're looking good. But if it's moving to turn 3, I don't know how long it'll take them to work it out. But they should be just sort of sticking back in turn 3. But when the train's this big, you can't really afford that. And that's going to create some very interesting battles, to say the least. But you can see now that Skivan is not exactly falling away from Senna Mercedes. He's only 2 tenths behind, and looking more likely to get back past the Red Bull than the Red Bull is to get by the Williams. And Abbey, during all this, is 3.1 seconds clear, and just this train is insane. Oh yeah, man.
Of course, this is exactly what Abbey needs. He needs Weisig to not score, and he needs to win, because if he wins, he brings the championship to 1 point after 1 race.
Slide. And that could put... Yeah, could well put Senna Mercedes in with a shot. Round the outside, he's not going to go for it there, not quite close enough. That helps to bring the rest of the field up to this. And no moves actually down to turn 4 this time round. Very interesting to see that.
But of course, all this battling is just allowing Corey to close, and himself and TR Button are about to latch onto the back of this train now.
Well, I mean, Corey's only Corey's only gained a 10th in the last lap. He's not actually closing very quickly at all. So I wonder if he's got any damage or something. It's weird to see him not close that much, but these 3 are closer than ever in this fight for P2.
Look at this train. The camera shots are brilliant. As they come through all the way down the pit straight, you can see everywhere from 2nd down to 10th. Here comes Goody on Skeven down the inside of turn 1. Can he make this stick? Yes, he has to run Skeven off the road. Well, look, watch for Alice Killer now. They're almost 3 wide as we run on towards turn 3.
Boxed in,
Alice Killer might get 2 in 1. He might get 2 in 1. He's going to come to the outside. Watch for the Mercedes as well. He's trying to come down the middle. Jake has a front row seat for this. They've somehow made this work, but Alice Killer is ahead of Goody. He's got the DRS, so he's taken 2 in 1. Can he make the slipstream? He covers off that inside line. Can Goody come back and if he goes late on the brakes? Look at Costa down the inside of Skeven as well, as they try to fight and work it out. Costa with a bit of a dive bomb. He actually got past Jake, and he's trying to get 2 in 1 corner. So see if Costa can come around the outside. He's going to try, and Jake's going to stick it back up the inside through 7 and 8. See if he can make this work. Yes, he's back ahead. So this is incredible battling between these guys.
Big slide though from Jake there. Could affect him. Look at that. Again.
And Bulletproof's up the inside now.
Oh man.
And Bulletproof's on the supers as well. So he's straight down the inside of the last corner. Costa has to run wide. Bulletproof takes it off, and there was no contact made. TR Button has managed to get past Corey. These guys are battling for 10th place. Goody's now back around the outside of the McLaren in 4th place. Skeven trying to get back involved. I just can't keep up with what's going on.
And in all that, as I said, Senna Mercedes up to P2. He's still got Scuba on his rear, but you can see now Goody trying back around the outside. It's a P4, remember. Can he get this undone in the exit? They're still side by side, and you know what? We've got a great handicap shot. This is going to show a lot, and now we're not because it's gone. You know, missing the opportunities now.
Skeven down the inside of the Force India. Tyre on tyre contact. They give each other room nonetheless. Skeven and Goody side by side running up towards 7 and 8. Can Skeven hang around the outside? He's going to try, but there's just not enough traction in that Mercedes to try and find a way through. Goody is now ahead, but probably not for long. Skeven's going to come back. He runs a touch wide, and now Jake can get himself involved. And Bulletproof is absolutely flying up through the field with all this battling.
We can see that Corey's got back ahead into P10 again. Oh man, look at that!
Oh, Bulletproof. Down to the inside
Jeez.
of the last. They're 3 wide. Here comes Costa on the outside. Up towards turn 1. They're squeezing to the wall. Costa's on the inside. Looks a bit of a problem for somebody. In sector 3, Costa, can he make it work? No, but maybe he will
Oh,
on
here
the
comes
exit.
Jake. Here comes Jake. They're going to be free abreast again.
They're 3 abreast as they run towards the grass. Costa's on the inside. He's got the preferred line, but Jake with the overspeed on the outside. How are they going to make this one work? There's just no room for Costa down the inside. Is he going to go too deep?
Yeah.
Yes,
he
and
did.
Bulletproof holds
Look
on.
ahead.
They're
Look
also 3 abreast up
ahead.
here.
Yeah.
They're 3 abreast up
Look
front.
at that. They're separated by a quarter of a second. And Skeever
Alice
down the
Miller
inside!
again.
Oh no! They're somehow managing this to go free abreast on the grass, everything. And
Corey's now in the fight.
Yeah, look at that. Corey up into P9. And he's
Oh,
caught
he's off, he's
massively.
off, he's off,
into
he's
Narnia,
off.
sped it off, and he's hit no
Oh.
one. He managed to hit
How
no
have
one.
they managed to get away with that one?
Oh, I don't know, but that just
That was a big off for Corey there.
sort of sums
Bit
up
harsh to
Corey's
get a
luck,
penalty.
doesn't it? Sort of sums up Corey's luck, unfortunately, doesn't it? He gets
Unfortunately,
involved, gets a bit overexcited, he's straight off into the gravel trap. Oh dear. But yeah,
Yep.
all of that carnage. Gee, I haven't seen anything like that in a while. I think Weizig might be in a bit of trouble, was he? There was yellow flags.
Scott's broken
It's
his
Scott.
wing.
It's front wing, yeah. So, wonder how that happened then.
The 2 passes are climbing up through the field here because Bulletproof's now on the back of the McLaren. He's going to have a goal down the inside. He thinks about it. He goes for it. Oh, Alice Killer just leaves enough room to work with. Just can't find the traction on the way out. Tierra Button, by the way, on the soft tyres into 10th place.
Yep.
And on the back of this train, Scuba is kind of in a stalemate behind Zed and Mercedes. He cannot get past.
But he is still there, that's the crucial thing. If he stays there through the pit stops are coming soon. So if he stays there for a while longer, he could find a way past, even with an undercut. And Bulletproof looked at the inside there of Alice Killer and nearly sent him spinning off.
Ooh.
And again, you can see how much grip and pace these super softs have. It's incredibly surprising. And there is Skivan into the pits. He's going to slow the guys down. He cuts the line, might get in trouble for that. Alice Killer. Alice Killer.
Penalty.
Yeah, penalty there. Onto the grass as well, struggling a bit up the hill. Can Bulletproof get his way past? He's just not got the overspeed, has he?
Can Tierra Button get past Costa on the outside? There was a little bit of a late move from Costa to defend. There's so much action going on here. Here comes Bulletproof for 5th place. Looking to the inside, Alice Killer moves a little bit, and here comes Bulletproof on the inside. He's on fresher super soft. Well, in hindsight, they are fresher, and he's down the inside. He's into 5th place. Now, can Jake get past his teammate?
Well, we've seen that they like to go back and forth, don't they? So we'll see exactly what happens. It's turn 4.
Has a bit of a lunge at Corey.
It's a good place for a lunge, isn't it? Turn 4. They can make it work. We saw it work with Skivan nearly. But look at these 2 McLarens. I think they might have even hit a little bit in turn 6. They were so close to each other. The Constantina effect really playing a bit of havoc there. And I wonder if Skivan pitting early is a bit of a masterclass, because these guys on the supers, they look just have no grip whatsoever. Compared to the supers.
I thought Alice Killer spun, but he's in.
Well, we'll see where Alice Killer ends up compared to Skivan.
That's Tierra Button past Costa, and Tierra Button's on the softs, by the way. So he's on the charge. Next in his sights is Jake, and up ahead, Bulletproof's going past Goody now. He's into 4th.
Wow.
So those ultras are really going off the cliff, and these super softs are in their prime now. Now Alice Killer has come out. Oh, it's going to be tight, you know. I think Skeevan is going to get ahead.
Yep,
Skeevan is ahead. So Skeevan has managed to get out in front of Alice Killer by about a second. And that's worked out for him. So Tierra Button now, right on the back of Jake, on those soft tyres. Scott takes the fast lap.
That's rare.
He's in 19th place. And
that's not too rare.
Right up behind. These Haas cars are going super well in these conditions.
Now, Jake's
in comes your race leader.
Jake will be pitting as well here, so I'm sure Tierra Button's going to be seeing that and getting by. Goody into the pits as well. Bulletproof, of course, stays out as well as his teammate. That'll be Haas 1-2 then for a while. Abby should have no...
get a screenshot of this.
Abby should have no... Abby's being held a lot. Abby's being held for a very long time.
That's a glitch. That's a glitch. Don't worry.
Many hard
Abby on the way out. Now, where's he going to come out? Where the guys need to keep an eye on is Skeevan. He's coming through the last corner.
Oh, look at this! The Cyber trying to get past.
Yeah,
I think he's
so
ahead.
That's Joseph.
He is ahead.
He is ahead. Oh, Abby back down the inside. He needs to make sure he gets past. But Joseph with the cutback, can he get in front? He's within his right to fight. He's got DRS as well. He's on the inside. He's on 11 lap all superstars. He might have a lunge. Nope. He thinks about it.
Oh, he hits him a little bit.
Hits Abby a little bit. Abby needs to push. Now, where has Well, Jake has come out in front of Skeevan.
Mercedes is still ahead of Scuba, by the way, as well. Yeah, Goodies.
Yeah,
these guys,
close.
They're all a lot more separated, surprisingly.
Yeah, after those stops.
Yeah.
In comes Costa.
I think he might lose out here by quite a bit, but we'll see.
But Bulletproof will, of course, stay out for a little bit longer. Abby now catch up to Maledictus. He should catch him within that DRS zone. It should be fairly simple for him to get past. I don't think he's going to defend that. Yeah, Maledictus sensibly, I think, moves over, and Abby straight through.
Costa behind Goody, but ahead of Jake. So slots in the middle of them.
He actually has jumped Jake. It looks like. Yeah, he's jumped him.
So
he's also jumped Skeevan, who's having a goal on Jake. He hits him in the rear a little bit there as he tries to find the room. So Skeevan actually, it didn't actually work out for him.
Yeah.
That undercut.
I'm surprised by that.
In the end, not as powerful as other tracks. Of course,
oh, diving!
Massive
wow.
dive bomb. And Jake had a look in the mirrors. He saw it coming, left the space, and of course it didn't work out for Skeevan there. But still, fair play to him for giving it a lash.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, Tira Button is rapidly catching our race leader, and Corey peels into the pit lane. Now, where is Corey going to come out? Costa gets a penalty. So I think Bulletproof's right on the limit with those tyres. Potentially could go a little bit further. Corey, where's he going to come out?
Corey's going to be nowhere, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's not really going to work out too well for him.
I don't think he's going to be able to be on the back of these guys. We'll see, though. Nah, he's nowhere near, is he? They're already off and on their way.
Yeah, he's going to come out. He's actually going to even come out behind Onyx as well.
Scuba got a really good chance here. Scuba's got a good chance here instead of Mercedes. Instead of Mercedes is struggling a lot on them near tyres. Though, I mean, they've been on the same amount of time. I don't really know why he'd be struggling as much as he is, but he is struggling. Scuba just needs to find his way past, and quickly. Also, Button, as you said, is catching his teammate by quite a bit in DRS range now. And that other Haas is not pulling over to the right just yet. He's going to keep going. Oh, wow, that'll be a penalty. He's cut across way too late there. If that's going to be looked at the stewards, then he's cut all across the grass to go into the pits. That's a bit mean.
Bulletproof, 14 laps on the Supersoft. Joseph also comes in. Maledictus just stays out. He's now P2. He's in the net race lead. But Tira Button continues on, and he'll be going for a little while longer. So Scuba
is that gaggle of cars. Is he going to be at the head of it? There's
we got a problem for some car. I don't know what was
it's Onyx.
It's Onyx. Yeah, he spun. Yeah. Now I don't want to jinx it, but we haven't had a DNF in this race.
We haven't. Well, we've had a DNS.
Did not start, yeah, but not a DNF. We haven't had a crash. Well, we have had a crash, but it hasn't taken out anybody.
Here's Wisely on Tim Veg. Yep,
Tim Veg down the inside. Now these guys are in a race of their own because, well, Wisely's not going to get those super softs to the end. I'd be surprised if he did. But yeah, so Bulletproof has come out in front of Costa. He's come out in front of all of these guys actually, so in the end he's jumped them all.
He's
after all of that.
He's missed Goody, but apart from that, all good.
In.
Oh, that's a bit close ahead, isn't it? When they're all pitting there.
Tight. So now Costa wants to try to make his way past, but he's got to watch his mirrors because Jake's filling them. And Skeevan's up behind him, and Alice Killer's up behind him. Costa has a look into turn 1. And up towards turn 3 now. Bulletproof's going to have nothing to fight with at all. So here comes Costa. Watch for Jake. Will he make it 3 wide? Let's have a look. He's looking for space, but there's none. So he has to stick behind. And Skeevan might just stick one up the inside and they say thank you very much. But no, Costa's ahead.
Look at
Gets
this.
past Bulletproof. Bulletproof will have the DRS. So Bulletproof coming for the second bite of the cherry. Come to the outside. Jake fighting for space in the background. Bulletproof around the outside. Can he make it stick? Costa gives him the space. Jake maybe trying to stick one around the outside now. Gonna go late on the brakes. No. But they both run themselves a bit deep, and Skeevan has a look on the inside of Jake, almost spinning out there. And these guys are having one hell of a fight.
They really are. And it's very good that they aren't crashing into each other. Touch wood. Touch loads of wood. Sounds bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're gonna crash at some point, you'd imagine. I've said that, but still, they're doing a really good job so far. This is top quality racing from this tier. And unlike
what
Canada,
Corey's saying is,
like
what Corey's saying is, yeah. He wants them to continue fighting.
Oh,
Wisely
ahead,
letting Goody
yeah.
through because he's on a completely different strategy, and Wisely's going to be absolutely nowhere come the end of
Oh,
this race. And there's Jake looking
diving!
on the inside. There's a little bit of contact, and Bulletproof holds onto the car, but Jake had a little bit of a look there. And so now Goody can actually probably see these guys in his mirrors and think, "Oh God, I've got to get away." So he
looks
pushing.
behind. He looks behind, and he's lost count of how many people there are actually queuing to get by.
Yeah,
And
Tier Button's still continuing on.
It is still Scuba behind Zeta Mercedes. He just can't find his way past, can he? It's surprising.
Tier Button with a penalty.
Yeah, not too many of them. We
Second
haven't
one.
seen too many of them today, have we? I don't think. Don't recall, anyway.
About 5 of them, I think we've seen.
Yeah, not too bad. Oh.
Not so bad. Skeevan, well, 6.
Oh.
So Wisely falling away now. He's on 16 lap old super
He's
soft,
going
and
to
he's
get
got all
very
these guys.
involved. He's going to get very involved with
He's
this.
going to get mugged.
What does he
Down
do?
to-
What does he do
Does
in
he
this
move-
situation?
I don't know. Does he move out of the way or does he fight? Because Costa's going to come for him anyway. So down the inside, Wisely he's not going to have much to fight with. So Costa down the inside.
Oh, he's hit him.
A little bit of contact, and Bulletproof now going to get his way past with the DRS. Well, Wisely's on it as well, and he's not backing off, so he wants to fight. We've got a problem for a car.
Oh.
Skeevan's out.
What's he
Oh,
done?
now where's he gone
Is
off?
that down the street?
That looks like it's down the straight. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the yellow flags. As we run into sector 3, looking as we go down. No, he's not crashed. He's just retired.
That's weird.
That's very strange.
Unless his car is just spontaneously combusted and fallen to ash or something. I don't really know what he's done. And there's Wisely!
Wisely,
Oh!
what a save! As he came through there, that shows how where those tires are at.
Yeah.
And he comes, he's going to be absolutely nowhere. He's going to be right down the back. But Corey's saying, yeah, you guys keep fighting. Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah.
He's within DRS range of these guys now, so these guys are going to continue fighting. Here comes Bulletproof on Costa down the inside, and Onyx is now out of the race. I did say that, I literally said about 5 minutes ago we haven't had a DNF, and there we go, 2 in a row.
And I was saying about penalties, and we're seeing them all coming in now. As Tim Beck
Boom.
gets another one. Yeah. Sorry.
And now, Goody's definitely looking in his mirrors and say, "Oh no."
You know, Soup, it hasn't rained in a while, has it?
No, it hasn't. And Onyx
No.
went off in Sector 3. There's bits of Force India lying all over the road there.
Oh, dear.
And in comes Tierra Button finally from the race lead.
Oh, that's a bit early, isn't it?
Where's he going to come out?
That's quite early.
We just couldn't get the tyres to last.
I mean, we saw how bad Wisely's supers were after this time, and he's got to do the same amount of time on them. So that'll be interesting to see. Where is he going to come out with relation to this lot? Who are just absolutely going for it. He's going to be right in the middle of all this, isn't he?
He is going to be right. He's going to come out right behind the McLarens, it looks like. It's going to be tight with the McLarens. He might jump them, you know. He's the man in front.
Here they go.
He's going to get jumped by Jake.
Oh, look at him
But
going
he might just
straight
have a
back
second
into
bite
the
of the
system.
cherry here.
He's stuck in and diving
Boom,
in
down
now
the
up the
inside.
inside. On better tires, he's
Supers.
ahead. And a better contact on the exit. Be
ahead.
careful, you don't crash, guys. That was way too close for comfort. And here
Oh, actually-
comes Alice Killer.
And Bulletproof
Doesn't
on
go
Goody
for
up
it.
ahead as well for 4th.
Good
So
exit.
these guys are fighting hard.
Great exit, actually. Can he get himself round the outside? Not gonna happen, I don't think.
No,
And more contact behind.
Costa loses it, and Tierra Button's
Costa.
going to take that straight away.
Oh.
Costa has to take to the gravel, gets himself. as far away from things as possible. Has to take to the gravel again. He loses out massively after all of that. But Tierra Button with the fresh tyres have come out perfectly to come out and probably going to take these guys with relative ease. These guys are about 8 seconds behind.
Wow! Look at the
second
grip.
place, and here he comes. Look at the difference in grip between fresh Superstars versus his teammate. Bulletproof's not making it easy.
Oh, is he going to get the two of them?
Double overtake for Tierra Button. He gets it.
Brilliant. And
he's knocked his teammate.
He's knocked Goody off as well, and 4 and 5 for Haas.
Bulletproof's going to come back at him though. So here, there's going to be contact between them. Tim Veggs lost it wisely with the fastest lap, and Bulletproof back around the outside. Tierra Button with the fresh tyres though should make that easy. But Jake now fighting with Goody behind. Jake has to take the this contact. How have they saved that? They're 3 abreast almost. Corey's now sticking one up the inside. He said, "Thank you very much for fighting, boys. I'll have that." So he's going to stick one up the inside of Jake now. A little bit of contact with Goody made. Still side by side, Jake and Corey. McLaren and Ferrari can. Corey coming around the outside. Yes, he's going to try. He did it earlier. Contact made, but Corey all the way around the outside, still side by side. Through turn 7 now, still on the outside, still side by side. Great racing between the two of them. 2 Brits fighting away here. Corey just falls behind, and he's going to have to stick there. Probably not for much longer.
Yeah, this is really testing my heart attack or lack of heart attack, because this is just. Oh, I thought they were gonna die down that straight, honestly.
And Jake on Goody around the outside of turn 1.
Oh,
that's a nice move.
Nicely
See if he can
done.
make that one stick.
Look
he
at
has it done.
Look
oh,
at
here comes Corey now. He's gonna make it 3 abreast. He's gonna take 2 and 1 here. They're 3 abreast as they come into turn 3. We've seen this too many times. Corey around the outside. He's gonna have to run deep. Now, is he still side by side? He has to fall behind the two of them. Jake comes out on top in the end, and Bulletproof now side by side with Alice Killer. I think Alice has just got ahead of him.
Yes.
And yeah, Alice Killer there. So Goody and Jake still fighting away here. Corey's now getting himself involved as well. So we've got a 3 out of 5 for 7. We've got a
Bulletproof.
we got a problem.
Bulletproof
up
again.
The inside.
Oh, behind as well.
Goody and Jake side by side. Jake up the inside. Goody around the outside. Can Goody come around the outside? It's going to be contact. Oh,
he's going to spin. He's going to crash into the wall. Oh. Down to P9. He was P4 just a couple of laps ago. That shows how hectic and crazy that train was. And will he end up having to pit? I think he will. It's going to be a late decision because he just can't turn into T9, and that's going to be him out of contention then. A bit like Costa, he's going to fall down, and what a shame. We've lost 2 people from that fight now.
Yeah,
or 3 people actually, because Skivan went as well. So now that big fight is starting to get some casualties.
Yeah, Alice Killer's still fighting with Bulletproof here. So let's see what he can do. Tierra Button's pulled away as well, so he's now...
He's going for the podium. He could well be second. I'm just saying this now. Button could seriously finish second today.
Alice Killer around the outside of turn 6. If he can make that one stick, that'd be a nice move. But Bulletproof's not going to give that one up. Towards turn 7 now. But Alice Killer pulls out and Bulletproof gets the cutback. Lovely stuff for Bulletproof. That's how you do it.
That's bravery on another level there. Like, how risky is that to go for that type of move? Jeez.
Yeah. Scuba is stuck behind Zeno Mercedes up front as well. He just cannot find a way past.
That's what I'm saying. No, because Button's gonna catch up to that eventually. It shouldn't be any issue for him. We saw how well 9-lap-old Supers could perform, and he's got basically 5 laps to get there before they start to fall off. And I think he will, and then he should be able to get the 2 of them, honestly. And possibly a chance at Abbey. Could be a chance at Abbey. It just depends on he keeps the tire grip.
Well, remember he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. So he's got that with Alice Killer coming back at Bulletproof around the outside of turn 3. Gotta be careful, boys, because Jake's now in the fight and so's Corey. So this is the battle for 5th place. Here comes Alice Killer to the outside once again. He's tried this before. Watch for Jake. He's going to make it 3 abreast potentially. He might get Bulletproof here. Alice Killer around the outside. He had to do this last lap, but Bulletproof's not going to give it up. He should be ahead now as they run towards 7-8. But Bulletproof with better traction. He's going to mirror what he did before. Brake early. But Bulletproof hanging it around the outside turn 7. They're still side by side. We're on board with Jake as they come through, but Bulletproof has to back out. And now Jake can get himself involved a little bit now. Bulletproof trying to find the space, but there's just not much in Bulletproof. Towards 9 and 10. That's brave. He can stick it up the inside there. They're just giving each other enough space to work with banging tires. Bulletproof pulls it off. Jake sideways in the background. Corey
Look at Corey, yeah.
Corey now right up behind.
Look at the run from Jake. Jake could really go for it with his teammate, but it's just not enough room.
Not enough room. He's
this
cut.
is it. This is going to be that 4 abreast moment. We're waiting for this moment, aren't we? It's going to happen eventually, isn't it?
The 2 McLarens and potentially a Ferrari going to make it 3
Oh,
over.
here
Jake's
we
going
go.
to slipstream pass. Can he get bulletproof as well? He's going to try their 3 abreast.
Oh, he's way off.
He's going to go deep, and Jake.
Look at Corey. Corey's going to get all of them. Surely. There's just about enough room. And they're somehow going to get Corey ahead of all 3 of them. Into turn 4.
He's
Brilliant driving. And they're still almost 3 abreast in the background. Oh my goodness.
Jake and Bulletproof are still side by side to run through 7 and 8.
Bulletproof almost having a monumental accident there. Somehow he keeps it on the island.
Top.
Corey, I wasn't quite 4 abreast, but it must have been pretty close to it. And look at this, Bulletproof into the last turn, diving up the inside, gets back ahead and big contact on the exit. I wonder if there's any front wing damage, and you can see that Jake is now
again on the outside as he comes towards turn 1. But watch for the cutback from Jake as well. Tara Button picked up another penalty there, by the way, so he's now got 9 seconds of penalties. He's actually in danger of dropping behind Corey. Here comes Jake once again, trying to get past Bulletproof. Bulletproof's going to stick it up the inside. They're side by side. Jake are on the outside of turn 3. Has to lean on the other car to get the car straight. Still side by side, but Bulletproof actually has the DRS and Jake does not. But still, the straight line speed working in his favour. And now Bulletproof's going to stick it down the inside. Jake tries to get the cutback, but no way through.
Look at this, P10 as well, by the way.
Yes, these guys are still fighting. Isaac's into P10 now, as these guys fight. And Jordan, remember, started last on the grid, so he'll take what he can get.
Joseph almost into the back of Weislich there. It's going to really affect him on the exit. Look out for Jordan. Oh, he wanted to go for it there, didn't he? But he just lost loads of time instead.
Yeah, Alex Killer now gets a penalty.
That helps.
What is going on with Scuba and Zeta Mercedes? They're just stuck.
Yeah.
He's just stuck.
Do you reckon they're running the same setup? Maybe, you know, borrowing off a TT or something? Because they just seem to be strong in the same places. And honestly, Button, I still think he might catch. He hasn't got that much tire grip left, but he could get them 2 fighting when he eventually arrives on the scene. You can see them pretty clearly now at the end of straights and up, you know, turn 5. So they could still end up having a good fight.
Jake and Bulletproof aren't done. Jake's back down the inside again, leaves the space, and Goody now gets a penalty. Goody's actually, where's Goody gone? He's down in 14th after all of that. He's now making a move on Adamaco for 13th place. So that's how that one will work out. And the guys up front, they are just taking slight chunks of time out of our race leader, but it's just probably not going to be enough in the end.
Well, they're starting to gain quickly, actually, to be fair. So it just depends what Button does when he arrives. He really is the man who's going to decide what happens here, to be honest.
Jake on Bulletproof again. Oh, late out of the slipstream, late. Jake up the inside through turn 1. Bulletproof leaves the space. Oh, there's contact there.
Bit of contact.
And with the DRS, he should be passed as he comes towards turn 3 on the outside. He's done this about 3 or 4 times now. He's got to cover that inside as soon as he gets there, and he does. But Bulletproof super late on the brakes, all around the outside. Can he make that one work? No. Oh! How did Jake hold on to that one?
They really are trying to kill each other now at this
How
point.
Are they not dead? Oh, they might be dead yet. Jake got down the inside, he dive bombs him straight back down. And Bulletproof gets past in the end. They are just no holds barred going at it.
Jesus.
And you're right, Zeta Mercedes is catching. He's dipped under 5 seconds now.
Yeah,
it
was 6. He's pushing. It was 6 only 2 laps ago. He's starting to drop Scuba, and now TR Button's within 2 seconds of that little fight. So, we're in for a bit of a climax here, I think. There's a possibility of it. I wonder what Abby's penalties are like. I don't think he has any, does he?
I don't think he has one. He's very good on penalties.
Mercedes and Scuba and Button, we know is 9, right? So that could really sort of affect him. But
here comes Jake again.
Yeah, here comes Jake. Round 6 or 7 now. Well, probably more like 12. It might as well be a boxing match, to be honest with you. And down the inside.
Down the inside once again, and Jake's going to get the cutback, but Bulletproof actually makes it stick. So that was a good move. And he gets the DRS for his troubles.
Yes. This genuinely, it is basically identical to the fight I had with spaghetti chips, and it's really good that there's 3 DRS zones. It just means you never can fall away. If you stay within DRS, you're going to be fighting, and as long as DSync doesn't get in their way, then it's probably going to go to the flag, because they've just been going non-stop, lap after lap after lap after lap. And that gap is starting to go up again at lead, so that climax I was talking about is completely non-existent, and just ignore
Yeah,
everything I
Abby's
just
just now
said.
managing the gap, and he's on course to bring the championship gap to 2 points.
Yeah,
But
what
I'm not going
day.
to say anything because I said that last time, and he disconnected with 3 laps to go.
He buggered off. So
Imagine what that would do between Zeta Mercedes and Scuba. And Tier Button.
I know. It would suddenly turn their fighting to a titanic scrap. But we'll say
Got a
safety
problem,
car.
Joseph's-
Safety
Safety
car.
car. Oh,
Well,
here we go,
well,
boys.
well. If this race couldn't get any more unbelievable, it just has. The safety car is out here in Austria,
Joseph's
and it's
gone hard on the wall
because
in the last corner.
of that cyber in the barrier. We've seen Alice Killer drive-through penalty. It's all going off now, and this safety car is turning this race from goods into a classic. Oh, could this get any more insane?
I tell you who's going to be punching the air, Corey.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's up in 5th now. He started 15th on the grid.
I tell you what,
TR Button as well.
TR Button's going to have his head in his hands.
Abby's staying out.
Yeah, Zeta Mercedes and Scuba in the pits. So that'll be now on Ultras to the end of the Grand Prix. And that'll only be like a couple of laps, so the safety car will be...
not going to stop. So
I wonder if that's a risk that's not worth taking. I don't think that's a risk worth taking, but we'll see. It depends when they come out. Of course, it is a safety car. It will not fall back nearly as much as you would expect. And actually,
bulletproof.
These penalties could change. These penalties could change everything. 4th and 5th. 4th and 5th. For Zeta Mercedes and Scuba, they are now definitely in with a shot at this victory. I didn't think they'd fall back that little. Look at Jake. He's lost out massively. He's still out there.
It's almost as if somebody's watching over Weislig.
Do you know what? Right? TR Button, Corey, and Abby, they can not pit now. I'm sure they will be extremely worried, because look who's there. Look who is just going to be appearing in the background of that shot, only a couple of seconds off. Zeta Mercedes and Scuba, and Alice Killer, Bulletproof, Malicitis up there as well. Where is he going to end up? Weislig, as you said, Costa, even Scott to a certain extent. What on earth is going to happen in these last couple of laps? I've never commentated on something that's going to be so... I've never commentated on a race this good, and it's just about to get so much better. And yeah, I can't even imagine. I can't even tell you what I think is gonna happen, because this is gonna be absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah. So TR Button actually almost ruined his race. He actually almost slammed straight into the back of Scott's Ferrari. He had to actually take evasive. Actually, had to take to the grass through turn 3 to not hit him. But these lapped cars, they're in the way now, but they will get the wave through. They should do anyway, to unlap them. So I'm not sure if that's a feature. Can they do that to get out of the way?
I don't know. I don't think they can. I think they're gonna just have to move out of the way on their own.
Because Adamako and Scott are really sandwiching a hell of a battle here. So actually, in a way, Abby's going to use those guys to his advantage. So we're going to have 3 laps to go when the safety car comes in, I think. We had this before. Where did we have this before?
China was sort of halfway through the race. I don't think it's really happened anywhere else.
It was within about 2 seconds of me saying, what if the battle between Zeta Mercedes and Scuba was the battle for the lead? Well, it might be now. It very much might be now.
Oh, it is. Oh, honestly, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I really want the safety car to come in now, but it's just not, is it?
No, it's going to stay.
Go on. Just turn your lights off.
Well, the less laps.
Oh, it is in. It is in.
There you go. You heard your call. Good man, Bernard. So now Abby's going to control the pace, and Abby, he gets to control when they go.
Viewers,
settle in. 3 laps to go.
Settle in. Get the popcorn. and get ready to watch the most unbelievable laps.
Abby punches it. Here we go. We're underway. So now, tier button.
All the lap cars are gone. The lap cars are
they've
off.
got out of the way. Costa gets a penalty. Tier button now chases after the race leader, but Corey's making the move. He's going to go for it on the outside of turn 1, but they can't afford to battle too much. Zeno Mercedes and Scuba on fresh ultra softs have got to get past. So here he comes with the DRS on Corey. He's got to get past. Corey's going to defend. He knows he's within a shot of a podium here. Might be contact here, but Scuba's going to follow behind. So now Zeno Mercedes on the outside. Corey's going to defend that, and Scuba might try and stick one up the inside here. There's going to be contact there. There's a problem behind.
Costa's behind. Massive incident behind. Oh, it's all going up behind. Look at this. Scuba is ahead. And it's all
Tier
gone wrong.
button's right with Abby now. He's within DRS.
Oh, crashing big time. Corey out of the race. And it all happens all the way up turn 5.
And
Jordan so is Jordan. We're losing plenty of people. There was all sorts of carnage on that restart. Weislich was part of that carnage. I don't know what damage he has.
Alice Killer's getting himself involved with this battle for 4th, but look up front. Look, Zeno Mercedes has got a 5-second stop go.
Well,
that's him he's out of contention now. I tell you what, who's not out of a shot? Bulletproof.
Bulletproof really could be the man who takes advantage here. Scuba to an extent as well. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Tier button.
No
He's about
DRS.
to take the race lead. He doesn't
no
have race lead,
DRS at the minute. Must just quickly tell you that. Oh, he looks.
Oh, he's thinking about a lunge. Zeno Mercedes, he's kind of ruined himself. Bulletproof down the inside of Scuba.
Big
and
move.
I tell you what, with the penalties, and if he can catch up front, there's not much time left in this race. Abby might not fight because Tier button's got so many penalties. He's going to drop back nonetheless. Bulletproof. He's going to have to make this move stick, and he does.
Alice Killer as well looks up the hill. He'll know he's got his penalties.
Mercedes. Now I think Zeno Mercedes, I think that 5-second stop go was a bit unfounded, so he might get that removed.
Well, certainly there'll be a lot of penalties probably getting removed in the safety car.
Abby's going defensive. He knows he needs to keep this. But
DRS gets enabled on this lap. We've got 2 laps to go here in Austria, and it's anyone's race. Alice Killer takes his drive through, and here we go. Yeah. The grandstand finish that we didn't think we were going to get, and suddenly we're getting it. Here we go. It is TR button up the hill. Alice Killer out of the race. He doesn't want to keep going, and up the hill. Is there any chance of a move? No. They wait
Costa's
for now.
Past Scuba.
So Costa could be within a chance. I don't know what penalties he's got, but he's right back in this race. And here comes
Tim Veg around. Tim Veg's in the wall.
Tim Veg's off. But what about TR Button? He looks on the inside. He locks up. Doesn't not get past. He's only got 1 lap and a massive slide to deal with. I think Abby might well keep this at this rate. We'll see what's going on behind.
Oh, here comes Zeno Mercedes. He's looking on the inside of 7 and 8. He's on the inside and he's taking it. So now, can Zeno Mercedes steal the race lead?
Look at the run! Up the hill again! Oh, Button.
And these guys have surely got to know, please stop battling. I'm chasing Abby. So,
exactly, Abby's going to be getting away right now. And the final lap here in Austria, and what on earth is going to happen next? 1/10.
Costa with the fastest lap.
1/10 between these two, and Costa and Bulletproof could be right here. And it's really poor from Button. This has to be the move for Zeno Mercedes. If he wants any chance at this victory, he has to get this done now. Up towards turn 3.
Abby as well.
Diving for the lead! Contact! Big contact! Look out for Zeno Mercedes. They're going to be 3 abreast! They're 3 abreast!
For the race
3 abreast for the lead in the last lap. Here we go. Side by side. Who comes out on top? Great helicopter shot to show it.
I think Zeno Mercedes. Yeah.
Abby died to third into the grass. He's going to spin, is he? Loses it almost. Look out for Bulletproof.
He's going to lose it to Bulletproof.
Bulletproof's ahead then. And, well, it's still not over. These two up ahead.
Costa might get him as well.
Costa really isn't the running for this, yeah. And we'll have to see what penalties do to this final result. But I think it's going to be this man here, Bulletproof, who's going to take this best victory, if I'm right with penalties. I'm not too sure. But we'll see.
But here we go anyway. Coming through the final corner. What a race! Zeno Mercedes wins the Austrian Grand Prix, but it looks like, with penalties,
Abby
won it.
Abby!
What?
Whoa!
No, surely not.
No way. No way.
I'm not.
After all of that carnage.
That's wrong. That is wrong.
Right, well,
100%.
we will have a look at Senna Mercedes' big penalty. I wonder if that's what he's lost all that time for. Because personally, I don't think he did anything wrong. And we're gonna have a massive, massive stewards inquiry about all of that, I imagine. And it'll be a very, very entertaining night for big man Charlie Whiting in his office. He's going to be saying absolutely just flooding with loads of requests. But somehow,
Yeah.
provisionally, it is Abby who's on the top step of the podium. And I have no idea how he managed to get there.
I don't even know, man. Zeta Mercedes, I think his 5-second stop goal was for having to take to the track to avoid a crash. So in reality, I think he should be the one on top. Yeah, he's already calling in the chat. I want that illegal overtake penalty removed. So I think I'm gonna call it right now. I think Zeta Mercedes has won this race.
And what a race to win. That is by far the best race I've ever commentated on. Bar none.
But again, with penalties, it might be... Well, Bulletproof had a lot... Oh, Bulletproof had 16 seconds of penalties. So, in the end, he could have... But we can't discount... Scuba did a great job as well. He managed P2. And Wisely, how the hell did he get 4th?
I don't know. He just pops up, doesn't he? Only 5 seconds off the race win. Who could have predicted that after seeing the pure shenanigans? Honestly.
Somebody's watching over him, because he's still in the championship lead now.
This is what we commentate for. This is what we league race for. Races like this, where anything and everything has managed to happen today. What a stunning race that was.
But I'm sorry, I refuse to admit that Abby won that race. Because I don't think he did.
Yeah, it's one of them good races where it'll just continue on to the night, and keep posted on the ILR Twitter. I imagine we'll probably get an announcement from there about what's going to happen. So, yeah, certainly a very provisional result, but for now, it's Abby the race winner here. I think, and Soup as well, we think it's going to be Zeta Mercedes' victory. And,
yeah.
I need a rest.
I tell you what, that was T.R. Button's best performance all season.
Absolutely. He's finally got a finish. He's P5 in the standings after all of that carnage. And, yeah, he'll take that. He'll take that. That's a good result. But Wisely, yeah, I'd love to see his last couple of laps, because obviously we're all focused on the top 3. But
that's his, actually, do you know, he got 4th last time out as well, from nowhere as well. So he's got 2 4th places in a row. I don't know where Abby's going to end up after all that. He probably still will end up on the podium.
Probably, yeah. I think it'll be second, right?
I think, yeah, Scuba's going to get ahead of Tao again in the championship. So, in the end, the championship gap probably will come down, but not by much. I don't even know. I just don't even know anymore. Anyway, we're coming to, believe it or not, the halfway point of the season next week.
Oh, man.
We're heading to Silverstone. Classic.
Absolute classic, and obviously, for all of you Scott fans, unfortunately he's not going to be able to finish that race. He will be starting on the Ice Blue hard compound tire, and on his word, he's not going to be pitting. So
he's going to go straight to the end.
He might well be actually quite a factor in this race. So actually, it'd be quite interesting to see what he'll do. But yes, I think it's probably about time we end this off. And like I say, keep posting on the ILR Twitter. I'm sure there'll be some form of announcement for who actually has won this race. But for now, I've been Owen Wyatt, and that's been Soup Cooler. Did you enjoy your sandwich, by the way? Obviously, you had your sandwich at the start.
Great. I'm just watching the group chat absolutely explode with people raging at each other.
Oh, but it's always the best. Post-race group chat meltdown. Love it. See, in ILR3, we resort to doing Mr. Bean gifts. That's where they're going wrong. I might just put a cheeky one in there now. Just to lighten the mood. But anyway, I think we'll end this one off. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be back for the home of motorsport next week, the British Grand Prix. And safe travels.